Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary friends. Welcome back to another episode of Actors with Issues. We're bringing you casual chats with the stars of TV, film, and Broadway. As always, I am your host, Juan Ayala. Today's guest is an actor you've seen in film and television, including Pose, Orange is the New Black, and they're here to speak with us about their latest project, the highly anticipated film, The Batman. Please welcome Gil Perez Abraham. Gil, welcome to the show. How are you?
How are you, Juan? I'm doing okay. Honored to be here, man. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. I got to see the film a few days ago and was just really blown away by it. Before we
Yeah,
dive in, however, we always start with a quick rapid fire round of questions. We put 60 seconds on the clock and see how many of these you can get through. We always start with an easy one: coffee or tea,
coffee,
drama or comedy,
drama,
film or television,
film,
hero or villain,
hero,
favorite superhero,
Batman.
favorite horror movie.
Ooh, The Shining.
What was your first non-acting job?
I feel like my first acting jobs were non-acting jobs, but my first non-acting job was I was a lifeguard.
What was the last TV show that you binge watched?
Mayor of Easttown.
What actor has had the biggest influence on you?
Oscar Isaac.
Do you have any secret talents?
I sing, and I like even hated to say it, but it is
And
kind of like I keep it under wraps, so it's like you don't want to be
and lastly, describe your most memorable audition in 3 words. And memorable can be good or bad, so I leave that up to you.
in 3 words only.
Yes.
um, Heart racing, guttural, bad.
So Gil, I read that you had a rather late start to acting. So what was it that piqued your interest about becoming an actor, and when did that sort of come about for you?
It's I had like as a son of immigrants, it's like acting. I feel like is it's kind of like a non-starter. It's like you're not gonna. I'm not gonna tell my parents I want to be an actor. Like that's definitely not ever gonna happen. And so, like growing up, even though I had moments where acting kind of like found me, but and it wasn't even because of my parents. It's like almost more because of me. Like I just like was like, no, I'm gonna be a professional. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go to law school. And, like I make my parents proud. And I don't know, as time went on, I felt like when I was in college, I had the opportunity at the University of Kansas to work with these teachers that had come from RADA. And one of them, whose name is Paul Meyer, he really kind of changed like my he changed my perspective on another level because
Mhm.
I felt validated as an artist, and I felt like I was able to speak specifically to my immigrant experience with Shakespeare. It's
Mhm.
like he was like teaching me how to put my experience into performance. And through that, I started, it's like in that weird little, like, I don't know, in that weird beginning phase of therapy, it was like, yo, I got to do this and scratch this thing every day. Because if I can do this on loud, then maybe I'm going to go through that catharsis for all of my people. And I'm going to help. That's like a way of being a politician for my people without being in political science, which is what I was studying. So it's like I realized I was like I do want to like be kind of involved in the politics of America, but I was like interestingly I was like as an artist though, like that's how I want to enact my change and be a part of that change. So it's like when I realized that that for me was going to be like the way in which I could represent our people, the way in which I could like kind of maybe get like a dig into my spot in life if that makes sense. Then I knew I had to move. I knew I had to come back to New York. I knew I had to come back to the East Coast. I knew I had to pursue mentorship. And it was just like, from then on, I was like, I'm in service to being an actor. And it's like a vocation, the way maybe some might see the priesthood or anything else. I was like, I'm in service to this thing and there's nothing else I'm going to do. And maybe in some ways, because I came to it later, I felt like I was really, really like 110% committed to the survival jobs, the classes, and everything that it was going to take to get to
Mhm.
this point.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
seems like a never-ending process, really. I'm
It's,
also the child of immigrants. My parents came to the States from El Salvador. Um, with a job in media and whatnot, it also didn't seem like a traditional trajectory or
mhm.
path. So I can totally relate to your story, but wanting to be that change that we want to see in the industry when it comes to diversity, storytelling,
Uh-huh.
or representation. Yeah. So
Okay.
fast forward to 2020. You were cast in the film in the role super secretive as everything related to comic book movies are. But
Always, yeah, yeah.
but you get the call that you're cast in the Batman, and what was going through your head? What was your reaction?
Well, it's crazy because I was supposed to be doing a play in New York, and I was doing a play for like my dream playwright, and it was a 3-person play. So I was like, the first thing I was thinking was, I was like, yo, I'm not gonna be able to. I was like, this is a weird position to be in because I got to do this play, and it's like I think my mind was so like, it was so in shock
Mm.
that I was just like, it took me days to really like kind of move from this position because I was just like this for like 3 days, like what? Like I couldn't believe it. I remember
Mhm.
my girlfriend. We were at a hotel. She's an indie producer, writer, and actor, and she was working on a movie that she was and we find out the news kind of at the same time. And I had a glass of wine, and like I went into this little weird, how hotels have those weird lobbies sometimes for the party rooms. It's like
Mm.
I'm in this weird lobby for a party room. There's like a wedding going on in another room, and I'm
Mm.
standing there by myself, like, yo, I think I'm gonna be in Batman. It's like I couldn't believe it. It's like tears are streaming at the same time as laughter. Like it
Yeah.
was so. It was just, I don't know, it was unbelievable. And still to this minute, to be completely honest, I feel exactly the same. It hasn't left. I haven't really been able to sit back and say like, yo, especially because the biggest thing I'm waiting for is like, yo, what are my fellow Latinos going to think when they see this freaking movie? It's just like, I can't sleep until the movie comes out and I see, because I feel like I'm carrying us a little bit. You know what I mean? I feel like
Yeah.
I'm definitely representative for us. So I'm excited to see, and I hope people are proud.
Yeah, it's definitely not lost on me or on, our fellow Latinos that you're the only Latino in the movie, one of the few in
One of
Batman
the
movies
few in
in
the
general,
universe.
in superhero movies in general. There's, we got Zoe Saldana carrying the flag, Tessa Thompson, who's Latina as well. That representation is increasing in the genre. We've got like America Chavez, we've got Oscar Isaac leading a new series coming up, so there's definitely representation increasing, but what is a change that you hope to see in the industry regarding representation of your communities?
I hope, I live in Union City, New Jersey, man. And like, I'm born and grew up in Baltimore, and moving to Kansas. Like, I'm a blue collar guy, and like, I need to see more American blue collar stories. I need to see more American Latino blue collar stories. I mean,
Mm.
because I feel like so often, right? It's like we're either, we're either glorified or we're vilified.
Mm.
But where's that middle ground where we get to just examine our contemplative self? Right? Where's
Mm.
that middle ground where we get to look in the mirror as a community? And I feel like that middle ground often, like we see moments of it, like in the movie Selena, which like I feel like that movie has a lot of gravitas,
Mm.
despite the fact that it's kind of like a commercial, like exciting movie, about a
Mm.
musician. And I think like how can we take that to the next level and just like, have a story about a young family trying to make it in Union City, New Jersey. That and like the parents aren't gangsters and they're not narcos, but they're also not like heroes. They're just normal people. I feel like if we can start to get the lens on ourselves and start to show who we really are as Latinos, that's the goal that I'm trying to get to. I need more gentrifieds. I need more of that action. You know what I'm saying? Because like Officer Martinez, I feel like that needs to be tip of the iceberg. With where we're trying to head. I said Oscar Isaac because I feel like he's almost for our people right now, like the Denzel, you
Yeah.
know. Like I feel like for us right now, he's playing Oedipus in New York and he's playing Hamlet in New York, and at the same time he's in Star Wars. And so I'm like,
Right.
let's take that now to the next level, and like we need the Latino Ryan Goslings, we need the Latino Bradley Coopers, we need the
Right.
Latino Amanda Seyfrieds, we need you know what I'm saying? It's like we need the
Mm.
Latino counterparts to all of these great actors that we have in America, because we're American too, right? And like we have and like our story is I'm not sure that our story's gotten the play that a lot of different immigrant groups have gotten, and I
Mm.
feel like our story is still in the making because of that.
Yeah, completely agree. And with the Batman, again, I did get to see it earlier this week, and was really just blown away. It's the most mystery and thriller of a Batman movie we've gotten. It's a true detective story, and it's so great to see that because it's not like your standard comic book movie. Really, it is this character driven drama. So, what are you looking forward to for audiences to see with the movie?
Man, the thing that I'm most looking forward to is like I think that there's a huge theme of like we got to work together and like regardless of your class, you got a spot in this fight against bad. You got a
Mhm.
spot in this like in goods in like the virtuistic fight. But then like more than that altogether, it's like I think it's very representative of Gotham. And like when I think of what Gotham is, you know, Gotham's generally modeled off of like a city like Chicago, like New York. It's modeled off of the big city,
Mhm.
but it's generally not been in the past as populated in the cast as by the kind of people that might obviously live in Gotham. Whereas I feel like this movie, it really does a great job of representing what a big city like this might be like. And I feel
Mhm.
like that pulls you in even more
Yeah.
because like, you know, because you've seen the movie, it's like, you know, like Gordon's doing his thing. Martinez is like not even aware of like of what he's bringing in the movie to Batman at the end. So it's like I feel like a lot of that kind of makes the movie seem, I don't know how to say it. It almost makes it seem like more plausible, more realistic, more like everyday possible because you're like, okay, well, this really looks like the city though too.
Yeah.
Like Jamie, to me, I was like, Jamie's really like reminiscent right now of like who she's supposed to be playing in
Mhm.
Gotham. You know, I don't know. I really think that's gonna be really exciting for the fans.
Yeah.
It was really
Um,
exciting for me.
yeah, man. Again, congrats on the movie. So excited for the audiences to get to see it finally. It's because of COVID and everything, it's been pushed and whatnot, but it's finally here
Right.
for the masses to see. So I'm so excited. Before we go, I want to just ask a few last minute rapid fire questions. Fill in the blank. If I weren't an artist, I'd be.
I think a mechanic.
What is the best advice you've ever gotten?
Stay outside of the party.
And what's the worst advice you've ever gotten?
Stay outside the party.
And lastly, in 10 words or less, what advice would you give to a young actor?
Believe in yourself and work hard. Put those boots on the ground.
Awesome. Gil, thank you so much for joining us, man. Again, congrats on the movie. Best of luck with the rest of all the press you're doing. And yeah, can't wait for the movie.
I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Juan. I hope
Absolutely.
to meet you in person, man.
Likewise.
Thank you,
Thanks,
King.
Gil. All right, everyone. The Batman is in theaters everywhere starting March 4th. You can follow today's guest on Instagram at Gil Perez Abraham. Give us a follow at Actors with Issues and follow me at Juan Ayala Official. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for full video interviews at youtube.com/Actors with Issues podcast. And listen, we're on the go wherever you get your podcasts, including Spotify, Apple, and Amazon Music. I'm Juan Ayala. This is Actors with Issues, and we'll see you next week.